Hey everybody, welcome back to Mildly Interesting. Make sure you check out our sponsor, the like button, and give it a tap or a click. And let's start off with number 19. This tinier than usual bag for my breakfast burrito. What's really mildly interesting here is I was this close to ordering a breakfast burrito right before I started recording this video so that it would come here while I was in the middle of recording these, and then I opted not to because I was like, oh, it's gonna be a lot of calories if I then eat dinner later today. And there goes Jardon talking about calories again. Sadly, it wouldn't have come in one of these tiny little bags, so maybe it's better that I didn't order one, but it is a very good breakfast burrito. Oh, it's such a good breakfast burrito, but then I have to order more of the ketchup on the side, spicy ketchup, and give it a little dip each time. And oh, it's just, ugh. Now I wish I ordered one. Okay, anyway, it's fine. I'll push through the hunger until dinner. We found a missile while out blueberry picking. Yeah, that probably could have gone poorly, maybe. I don't know, did you excavate around the missile? Hopefully you called some proper authorities before doing that, because what if it was still alive? Isn't that a thing that happens some places sometimes, like minefields? Those can still be existing so many decades down the road, and the mines can still be live, so you never know what could happen. I don't know anything about missiles, if it can just blow up way after the fact if someone jostles it or something like that, but yeah, all right. Hopefully they're able to remove it and you're able to go back to picking blueberries, because that sounds more pleasant than having missiles go off. My hotel used to be a prison. That's a really nice cell. It's got really nice stone tiling and stuff on the walls. Is that added after the fact and the only remnant is the window right there? Do they spend that much time putting in that sort of effort on doing this nice stone on the walls of the cells? Probably not. It sounds like a whole lot of effort, unless you're one of those mob bosses that you see in TV shows that have just a really gargantuan cell with a beautiful bed in it. And I still don't know to this day if that's actually a real thing that can happen, or if that's really only in TV shows where there's a prisoner who's able to get enough leverage to get guards to just bring them in a nice hotel room into their cell. So anyway, I mean, I guess it's got the windows, which are openable now. I wouldn't have known that it was once a prison unless they you told me in the title, though. It just kind of looks like a hotel room. My granddad showing off his gigantic homegrown cabbage. Show me Cabbage Patch Kids. Holds up image of doll. No, I said show me the real Cabbage Patch Kid. Or Cabbage Patch Grandpa. That's gigantic. Do they just come off all in one piece, just easy to hold up like that? Also, I thought cabbages were a lot smaller and tighter on a ball. I didn't think that the leaves go all over the place, but then again, maybe I really haven't been to an actual Cabbage Patch. Only seen the Cabbage Patch Kids, and that's about it. Congratulations. It looks beautiful. UV lights burning the room I just cleaned in the hospital I janitor at. When you say burning, you mean this is the additional step of sanitizing the room? The goal here isn't to actually burn down the room, I suppose, but it's really cool that you can actually have light, photons of a certain frequency and wavelength that can actually unalive bacteria. How cool is that? It's not even, nothing is touching, there's no atoms or molecules coming into contact, but it just zaps them. I guess if you were in there, your skin would probably get very burned and it'd be bad for you too. So it doesn't just apply to bacteria. You probably wouldn't want to be exposed to it for too long yourself, right? I think it's still pretty cool. Solar park bench with USB charging ports. Wow, okay, now we're encouraging people to go to the park and then just sit on their phone rather than enjoying the nature around them. Really? Is that what we want to be doing? Isn't going to the park about being outdoors and appreciating the outside for what it's worth? Who am I kidding? I don't go outside. Of course I'm going to be swiping through Twitter or something while I'm sitting on the park bench doing, I don't know what I'd be doing at the park. I'm not going to a park to do a sport. Me playing sports ball. I feel like I'd go to a park to play tennis. I haven't played tennis in so many years. I want to, though. Just don't know of anyone who also wants to play tennis. Nobody I know does sports ball at all. They'd be like, tennis, what are you talking about? I stay inside too. And so I guess you just go to the park thinking about playing tennis, not find anyone to play with, and then sit on the bench with my phone plugged in, browsing Twitter or Reddit. Yeah, water levels at Lake Powell are so low you can find old wrecks out of the water. Oh, this is depressing. Wow, that's just completely dry, isn't it? And I bet you a couple years ago it was underwater, and now there's no water. So, hooray! Yeah, drought time in the western part of the United States. Cool. This is good for us. It's not mildly interesting, it's just extremely bad. And I hope we don't run out of water. What happens if we run out of water? Like, do you have to go buy bottled water? But then everyone's panic bought the bottled water, and then you have to just dump it over your head if you're able to get a hold of it. And yeah. All right. Cool. Or you can go to the ocean and take a bath in salt water or something like that. That's probably not great either. This traffic light is showing solid red and green at the same time. It's probably not good, is it now? I guess you treat it as a stoplight, right? I would assume. That's what you're supposed to do when the light is blinking. That's usually what I've seen happen when a signal goes out, at least around LA, is usually just be like blinking red light. And I always wondered to myself, if it's malfunctioning, how does it know to default to that? Why is there not a malfunction that just makes it completely go off and not work? I think I've only seen that once where the light was just completely out and people still knew to treat it as a stop sign. And you just have to hope that the other direction shows the same thing and not a green light. Otherwise, yikes. King of the Hill that I painted and stuck to my fence. I mean, is it mildly interesting if you did it yourself versus seeing something that, passing it when you're walking down the sidewalk? I feel like it's more mildly interesting if you didn't have control over the situation. But it's well done. Looks good. Good artwork. In Italy, they get free water in little towns. You can choose between water with gas, cooled, or regular. That's so fancy that you can just get sparkling water at like a drinking fountain and fill up your water bottle with it. Like what? Okay, what is it about Europe and sparkling water? Because it's like, I haven't actually gone and tried to order tap water in, I don't know, Germany or Italy or anything before, but I've just heard that if you try to order just flat water, they'll be like, what you want what now, tourist? We don't do that. It's just sparkling, or you're gonna have sparkling water. That's kind of, you're weird. And I'm just like, oh, it's interesting. Because here, when I go out for dinner, I'm always like, yeah, just give me some tap water over ice, and it's normal. It's kind of what they offer you, unless they try to upcharge you for bottled water. And I'm like, no, why would I do that? That's silly. Why would I pay $6 for your bottle of water when you can just give me the tap water? It's dumb. There, it's like, no. You're gonna do sparkling water. And you can also get it out of the drinking fountain in the park. What? I accidentally triggered a man overboard buoy we found on the beach this morning. Oops. The Coast Guard's gonna be at your location momentarily, and they're gonna be like, yo, what do you, this false alarm? What the frick? Meanwhile, it looks like the dog is panicking and running away. I'm not part of this emergency. Don't get mad at me, Coast Guard, I swear. It was all him. He just... I wonder how you accidentally, do that. If it was broken, you dropped it. Sand's pretty soft, though. It's a nice photo, I'll give you that much. It's a very nice photo. Did you have a camera? This is like one of those taken on iPhone billboard shots or something. Like if you did take this on your phone, you should send it to Apple and be like, hey guys, I took this on my phone. I thought it might be good on one of your billboards. It's actually kind of cool. I got a mosquito bite next to a tattoo and it made the letters swell up into 3D. Oh God, I hate it. Ugh. Is it a white ink tattoo? Kind of looks like that because it just looks like your skin is embossed. It doesn't even look like there's any ink there. It's just skin color. So it's white ink and then, I'd be terrified if that was happening to me. You need to go to a doctor or something? You have an allergic reaction? Is the mosquito bite an MRI and it's like absorbing the magnetic ink out of the whole thing? God, I hate mosquito bites. I've gotten several over the last few weeks when they usually aren't a thing here. I so rarely get bitten by mosquitoes when I'm near home. It's always like if I go somewhere else, I don't know, travel a few hours away, then maybe there are some mosquitoes there, but ugh, I hate them. It's been in my house too. It's probably because I open the sliding glass door when I'm doing a workout because, let the breeze in, and then freaking mosquitoes just, oh my God. I am the one who gets obliterated by mosquitoes. anytime there's a group of people, they're all fine, and I'm like, I have a volcano mountain range on my leg. Anyway, it's pretty cool. An embossed tattoo. Local bar started using pasta as straws instead of plastic. It's kind of cool. I mean, I wonder if it would get soggy as you keep drinking, or it probably worked pretty well, actually. It's biodegradable. A very good solution. More places should do this, because the paper ones, like, they really get soggy and kind of gross by the time you're through with the drink, and yeah. But this, I don't know if it would might actually have the same effect. I'm not entirely sure. They just use licorice. Licorice is the best. Interior and controls of my garbage truck. I can't remember if I've seen this image on another subreddit or if I just saw this image browsing around on the homepage of Reddit. Either way, I think I've seen this. I just can't remember if it was in a video or not. But yeah, there's a lot of things. Is there another seat over there? I can't tell if somebody else sits there or if this is all you or if somebody else controls the other side, because that's like a bit of a far reach to access that side of panels. Or maybe it's just redundant so that if someone just drives, another person can also do the controlling. Either way, that looks like a pretty cool video game controller, honestly, dude. You could hook up this garbage truck to some sort of, I don't know, console, bind all the keys or something. You could just have a screen, change this dash to video games, and then you play video games with the joystick and stuff. Pretty cool. Bro, I'm honestly always so impressed by how they are so quickly able to line up the like, you know, the arm that goes and grabs the bin and then lifts it up. They're able to like line it up so quickly. And it's, I don't know, man. And it's like, I try to leave a little bit of space in between bins. I've actually read a thread on Reddit about someone saying, like, it's actually nice for your garbage picker-uppers if you split the bins up so they are a little bit farther apart. But even when there's not room and there's like parked cars or something, like, they're able to thread the needle. Anyway, I'm impressed by it. Also, tiny narrow roads where I am, and it would be so terrifying to drive a truck like that on there. No smoking sign now include vape and marijuana. This is a non-smoking room. If smoking occurs during your stay, $250 cleaning fee will be billed to your account. I like how it's like smoking would not imply that another thing that's not tobacco, but if you're like blowing smoke out of a joint, like, oh, this doesn't qualify as smoking. Definitely doesn't leave a smell, and you know, that whole it feels like common sense, but I guess not a lot of people really bought enough into the common sense to where they had to include the thing. Walked into a million rooms smelling like weed, and we're like, all right, so people don't realize that when we say no smoking, we kind of mean like smoke as a whole. I can see how vape would need to be specified because it's like kind of, it's different. But yeah, it's not a cigarette, it's just, it's different, but it's still smoke. This message stamped on the squeaker inside of the stuffed animal my dog just destroyed. Game over, your dog won. It's kind of funny. I guess what other situation would this have been eviscerated from the inside of the stuffed animal? That's great. I'm sure whoever did this, if they ever saw it, would be happy that one person got to appreciate what they put on it. Last night, my wife's Uber had a duck in it. What? All right. It's real mildly interesting. Dude just brings his duck along as he Ubers people around. Huh. But it makes for good conversation. Like, hey, do you know there's a duck in your passenger seat? I guess clearly you do, because you have a sheet on it, so you probably are aware, and it's there so that if the duck poops, it poops on the sheet and not your car seat. So how long have you had your duck? Is it friendly? Can I pet your duck? Oh, cool. I've never pet a duck before. That's great. Thanks for letting me. The Queen of England outlasted the commemorative tree. This tree was planted to commemorate the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II, 1953, and has now R.I.P. I'm like 99% certain that she is immortal. Is there really any other explanation? I think she will outlive me. I'm like 99% convinced at this point, because I don't think she has aged. In the time since I probably first saw an image of the Queen until now, I'm pretty sure she's identical, and that nothing has happened, and that this tree aged way faster. So, yeah. I mean, I guess you wish if you were immortal that your age would freeze like slightly younger so that you could be more athletic, maybe. But hey, you know, if you're gonna be immortal, it's kind of cool, I suppose, anyway. I saw 4 generations of Honda Civics in order of age, all in white. Huh. You know, the more realistic explanation here is that maybe they actually know each other and they're part of like a Honda Civic club, and then it just so happened that they, you know, arranged themselves by year. That probably wasn't intentional, but I would say there's a decent enough chance that they know each other. Oftentimes, like if you see a group of supercars all together, it's more likely that the people driving them know each other than you just like spotted a whole string of supercars all at the same place, back to back to back. And maybe each of them are just like, maybe it's the white Civic Club or something like that. I don't know. You're probably one of the few who noticed, and it got you the most upvotes on Reddit in Mildly Interesting for the month. So congratulations. That's about it. Make sure to like if you liked, subscribe, turn on notifications, hit the bell, check the playlist if you want to catch more Mildly Interesting, and I'll see you next time.